What's up, world? Welcome to the Positive Truth, uplifting positive news for a more progressive society. Tim, what are we trying to bring?
Here at The Positive Truth, we try to bring awareness, empowerment, inspiration, optimism, and understanding to communities everywhere.
Got a hell of an interview today. Do you want to start by telling everyone your name and what you do?
My name is Jabee, and I do music.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I do other stuff too, but I don't even. It's hard to even say, really.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little? Can you give everyone a little bit of background about your upbringing?
I'm from Oklahoma City. I grew up on the east side. Man, I don't know. It's what you want to know.
We want all of it, all the inspiring backstory that we know about that our listeners don't.
Okay. Man, I guess where I even start. Yeah, I mean, I'm from here. I started doing music when I was 14, 15. I went to 9 different OKC public schools. Yeah, man, just, I don't know what you're trying to get out of me, so I try to say.
Well, you grew up on the east side.
Yeah.
A lot of our listeners aren't from Oklahoma.
Okay.
You want to just describe the east side of Oklahoma City?
Yeah, so, the east is like the, I always describe it as, that side of town that MLK is on. Because usually in any city, the side that MLK is on is generally the black part of town. So I grew up over there, bouncing around from different neighborhoods and stuff, and not even just on the east, but, I lived in the south a little bit. I lived in the Highlands some. I lived in Will Rogers Courts. So, I bounced around Oklahoma City a lot, but the majority of my upbringing was on the east, yeah.
Absolutely. And I was reading up on you. I actually didn't know this about you because I'm a fan of your music. You were homeless?
Yeah, so our family was just funny. This might say use them. But yeah, our family, my 7th grade year, we were homeless. And, there were days we, slept in the car. We'd get up and go to school right out the car, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was, so it was my 7th grade year, so I was 12, 13.
Right. Yeah. Man, so you definitely had a rough, upbringing. Obviously, It wasn't anything obviously you couldn't handle because you're here with us today. So
yeah, for me, my mom was probably, it was probably worse on her than it was for me. She had all the responsibility, so it was definitely, worse on her. Trying to get us in shelters and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But, she had friends that jumped in and helped us out sometimes. And, the hard part for me was going to school wearing, not the cool stuff, you know what I mean? Or we didn't have shoes. I remember not having shoes, and somebody from our job gave me shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to school, and I'm having to get into altercations and scuffles with people over the fact that I don't got any red shoes on. And I'm not even realizing this is I don't got a choice. You know what I mean? So stuff like that was difficult for me. At that point. But I thought standing in line for food was normal. You know what I'm saying? I thought all that stuff was normal until, I got older. I thought everybody stood in line for free food. You know what I'm saying?
See, this is why we wanted to have you on here, man. Listening to that right there, it sounds tough, and you flipped that whole entire situation into something positive, because there's a lot of things. You're more than just music, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things you do outside of music. So Can we hear about some of the positive things you do in your community?
Yeah, so, I try to, right now, a lot of my focus is on the homeless situation in Oklahoma City, and really in Oklahoma, because our city is growing and it's developing. And, a lot of people, we have all these different buildings that are being restored and redeveloped and stuff, but they're also people's homes. And, Some of these construction sites are, campsites for people and stuff like that. So I just think that it's important that we're aware of what people are going through and dealing with on that side of society. And so one of the things I do is I do a thing called every year I do an event called Gift Wraps, and it's the focus is for the homeless. Everybody who perform, we have a show. We do a show here, one in Tulsa. We added Reno last year, and the focus is we get a nonprofit that specifically focuses on the homeless in the city, and everything we make at the show goes to them, and people donate and give money, and it all goes to them.
How much money have you raised doing that?
Oh man, usually what we do is the biggest thing is usually food and socks and gloves and stuff because it's wintertime. So last year, they weighed our donations, and man, I had to look at the press release we did for it, but we had enough to like feed and clothe at least 100 people. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. Yeah, I mean, like it was. We'll have like just bags and bags of stuff, and then they'll put on this big scale and they'll weigh it. And so it was pretty dope, man.
How long have you been doing that?
This will be our 5th year, so I do that. I still mentor, students in Oklahoma City and
how long have
kids.
you been doing that? Because you mentored us.
Yeah, back in the day.
Man, probably close to 15 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's important to me, especially because someone did it for me, and that's what helped me become who I am. And someone saw something in me one time, and so.
Can I ask who saw this in you?
A couple of people. The main person was Josh Curry. Who else? Brian and Keith Freejo. Mainly those 3 people. With just helping me develop into who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because they were older. They were adults when I met them, and I was still a kid, but they looked out for me. Another guy named Lance Wolf too. So.
And now you're impacting all these other kids' lives because they're
yeah.
than you.
Yeah, and so last year I was teaching at a high school, alternative school, music, and not even like a music class, but it was like a music mentoring class, I like to call it. But it was just helping them to understand and music in a way that isn't just what you hear and see on TV and on the radio. And you may not want to be a musician, you may not want to be a rapper, but you listen to music, and this is how all this stuff is made. This is how all these things are influenced. So I taught that class, and that was a chance to mentor and teach students and some of those kids. And that school's closed down now, but I still teach and mentor those kids to this day. So
that's awesome.
So yeah, man. So just doing stuff like that, and just being available, for the community whenever I can, and trying to demonstrate, ways that we can help each other, and that ways that we can, even if we don't have anything. 'Cause I don't have money. I can't just go and give money to people. So ways that we could add value, even if we don't have even if it's not monetary value, there's some value. We can go, like you can go and just if you do music, you can perform for free. If you are an artist or paint, you can teach you how to paint. Just so many different. There's just so many things. One thing I like to do is just hang out and show a kid like like I was like you, and I may not have a bunch of amazing things, but everything I do have, I got from hard work, and here are the cool benefits of it. These are the cool things I get to do. These are the people I get to meet and people I know. I know somebody told me one time that he want to know where you're at in 5 years. Look at the books you read, and check out who your friends are, who you hang out with. So I think that's important to tell kids. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. Sounds like you definitely flipped your upbringing into something super positive, man. It's pretty
Yeah.
inspiring for us. I know that's what we're trying to do here as well on the positive truth. This is why we
Yeah.
started it, to give back to our community.
yeah, no doubt. And see, that's a perfect example as well.
what's up.
There are kids who want to do broadcasting. There are kids, like there's so many ways to help without just throwing money at people, because everybody can't throw money at people.
Most people can.
Yeah, and so what I also want to do is use what I have to help influence people in power. Like the mayor, and people like that I know that want to do stuff and want to be able to help. That sometimes don't even know what we need out
Right.
here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
Voice for the voiceless.
Yeah, so I'm trying to step into that role, and help with just the other side of things too. Not run for office, any kind of office or anything like that, but just
Be a man of the people.
yeah, just do what I can. So
Absolutely, man. That's what's up. That's exactly what we like to hear, man.
Yeah.
We need a lot more leaders out there right now.
yeah, and like one thing we're doing, like I'm opening up 2 restaurants on the east side on 23rd Street.
Oh, wow.
And with those restaurants, a big portion of it is going to be community outreach. Getting the surrounding schools involved. Getting the kids in the neighborhood involved. You know what I mean? Like, having ways to give back. Where if you come in, we're doing pizza and we're doing poke. And if you come in, and it's two separate restaurants though. If you come and buy, some poke, and you can throw $1 at, in our buy a meal program, and then somebody else who might come in after you might not have money, and you bought them a free meal. You know what I'm saying? Doing things like where a percentage of a certain item, all goes to the arts program at Douglas. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Is what we're working on. We're working on having a work program for meeting with the principals, and I've already talked to a few principals where they're going to help me get students who are ready to start working and things like that, and employ the students at our restaurants and stuff like that. So that they can live and work in your community. You know what I'm saying?
So build a community.
Exactly. So just stuff like that, I guess.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot of good stuff. Absolutely.
When are these restaurants going to open?
We were thinking February, March of 2019, but we just met the other day. And we're looking at probably fall, maybe. I might have one concept that I'm kind of talking about right now, partnering with some people on that might open up before that. I know they're gonna do it, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be involved yet. But hopefully, I can get involved in that one and have a partnership in that one, and then we'll do the same thing. But because that specific one on the east side is gonna be a minute, so it's a lot. It's gonna be a lot that goes into it. So
It's pretty exciting, though, either way, man.
yeah, I'm
Hope the
excited
best for
about
you.
it.
I would say most people, though, they know you for your music.
Yeah.
How did you start making music? What inspired you?
How did I start making music? I've been doing music in the music society. I remember, like I wrote my first rap when I was like 7 years old. You know, my parents listened to rap music growing up. You know, so I've always been into it.
Who were some of your favorite artists growing up?
Growing up, Pac is my favorite of all time, still to this day. Who else I like growing up? I you know, I went through phases. I was on Mace for a minute, like Cameron. Then I was on Mos Def for a minute. I was on DMX, like for sure DMX for a long time. Nas, I was on Nas, real tough. Just, you know, just rap, you know what I'm saying? I was on A-Ball MJG for a minute.
Now some of those artists you're talking to and you're getting a shout out.
Yeah.
Like Chuck D.
Yeah, definitely.
The future of hip hop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, so it's crazy. Like one of like so stuff like that. Yeah, like even down to like you know, like LP and like Killer Mike and Murs. Like it was the same thing. I went through a phase where like I was like their biggest fans. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to this rapping, man, like rap music, you know, I liked it all. Because it was just that, you know, in my house, you know, my mom had 5 people she liked. My sister had 5 she liked. You know what I'm saying? With everybody, that's what we listen to is rap music. So.
Absolutely, man. You don't cuss in your music? You want to tell people why you don't cuss?
You know, the funny thing is like, the main reason why I think is because I think that not cussing has helped me to get to where I am. I think that you know, whenever you have something to say, you want people who aren't really into rap to listen to it. Sometimes, you know, not cussing helps. You know,
hip hop has a lot of negative connotations with it to people that don't listen.
And especially in Oklahoma. I mean, you know, like people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got homies all day that's like, yo, how you do this? I don't like, man, like y'all fools cuss. That's what, you know what I mean. Y'all dope, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Nobody's gonna pay you. You know,
to go rap to kids if you're cussing.
Yeah, or, you know, how you get performed at that banquet? Well, I'd be like, man, like, I don't got no cussing in my songs, bro. Like, you know. So, you know, there's that. You know, I really appreciate, you know, what not cussing does on that side. Also, I got kids, and I want my kids to listen to my music, you know. But I like cussing, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't front like I don't cuss in real life. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, every other word isn't a cuss word, but you know, I say cuss words. And the same thing with the N word. You know, I go through phases where I'm trying to like kick it out of my normal vocabulary. I go through phases where I'm trying to kick it out, so I don't say it as much. But I mean, I say that, you know, too. I don't say it in my music because I don't want somebody white saying it. You know what I'm saying? But the next one might have some cussing on it.
You've dropped a lot of projects, man.
Yeah,
you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, man, like 15 years. Man. Yeah, like 15 years.
You were, like me personally, I was really into hip hop growing up. You were the first OKC artist I ever heard about.
Wow. That's crazy.
Man, every time I go to like a concert now, all the local artists, they pay homage to you before they start performing.
Wow.
Yeah, can you talk about the growth of hip hop in Oklahoma since when you started 15 years ago and where it's at now with other artists in the city?
I'll say this about 15 years ago. There would be like one rap show, maybe a month, and no clubs play rap music. You go downtown now, like every door you walk in, they playing some rap music.
Right.
It wasn't like that. No clubs was playing rap music. You had to beg to get one night, and they might give you like a Thursday night or a Saturday night to a DJ and let him play. But that was it. And that was just one club, you know. And they give you like a small room too. But nah, no club. It wasn't none of that. And the cool thing about now is like there's so many rappers, yo. Like there's so many to the point like I can't even keep up. And it's not bad. That's good. It just lets you know like how it's grown and how how big it is here. And not only that, like there's so many, and there might be like 5 shows on one night, and they'll all be deep. You know what I'm saying? For those rappers, man, like that's tight. Like that's that's how it's supposed to be. You know, like I go to LA, and all my homies in LA be trying to get out here for shows. You know what I'm saying? You know, and stuff like that. So man, like we're definitely doing something right, and I think that it's important that we continue to grow and build together and keep each other encouraged because we pretty much taught ourselves this. You know what I'm saying? Like that we don't got Oklahoma City don't got a like in LA growing up you had Snoop. You know what I'm saying? In New York you had everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like we never had that. So everything that we've learned as a city when it comes to like music, we learned on our own. We taught ourselves. You know what I'm saying? For me, like Nitro, people like that. I remember coming home from school and seeing Nitro and Bucket Loco on BET and stuff like that. Like I don't know, man. So it's just tight, But I think it's possible, man. I think that if we continue to do what we're doing, like it'd be good. 10 years.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not to sound like a fanboy again, but 10 years ago you were talking about how different it was.
Mm-hmm.
There was a rap show you did with XV, and it was like,
oh yeah,
it was like the only rap concert we had in like months.
Yeah.
It was like, we got to go to this.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And now it's like every week.
Yeah.
And so earlier you were talking about some of your favorite rappers. I know recently you got to talk to Nas a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, how was that?
That was tight. The cool thing is that, man, like I've seen Nas in other cities, but I like to see Nas in Oklahoma. Like,
right.
Man, that bugged me out, And I've never been one of them people where like I'm never not a fan. I'm always a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm never too cool. You know what I'm saying? But so I guess what I'm saying is like I'm not gonna, I'm the kind of fan to where I'm just thankful that you're here and that's good enough. I don't have to take a selfie so that it can feel like I talked to Nas, he with the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wasn't even gonna talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But Ray was like, you talked to Najee? I was like, nah, man, I'm good. He's like, nah, man, you gotta talk
Ray
to
Westbrook?
Yeah. And I was like, he's like, come on. So Ray took me over there and introduced me to him, and we just started talking. Like Nas has Mass Appeal records, and then I have friends on Mass Appeal too. So we talked about that. What else? What are we talking about? We just talked about like just music and rap in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And then I walked away. He was like, "Yo, come back real quick." I went back and he was asking me about how I knew dudes from Mass Appeal and stuff like that. So it was just really, really cool, man. Like it wasn't like I said, I just went and was just happy just to go and see him perform some of my favorite rap songs, and that's good enough, But to meet him was definitely surreal and a blessing. it's Nas, you know, like.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm never not a fan. I'm always like just fanned out. Like I'm a rap fan, so I'm excited to just see you perform your rap songs. You know what I mean?
And that's what's up, man. So, do you have anything planned, like in the near future, that you want people to know about? People can attend.
Music and community.
No, not really music. I'm kind of chilling. You know, I want to start an album one day. I have the idea, and I'm just jotting down different notes and stuff like that for it. I have the title ready for it, but I'm just, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing, like, you know, in the community with the I'm on the arts commission, you know, working on the restaurants, partner at the tower, trying to get, you know, stuff going over there still. So just doing all that other stuff, you know, it's kind of, you know, leaving a little bit of time for music. You know, I still tour. I'm still on the road. I just got back off of like a short run. I leave again next month. But so there's still that, you know, which is cool. But like recording, like last night, like people were like, "Yo, when's the next joint?" Because I didn't even realize like it's been 2 years since Black Future came out. You know what I mean? Like my last album that was 2 years ago. I didn't even feel like that. So yeah, I got some work to do, but I can't even say I got anything for you to expect yet. So
That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You time for yourself.
yeah,
Definitely.
You've been working hard for a long time, man.
yeah, and I got kids and stuff, man. So
Yeah, family time's important.
yeah, man.
Absolutely. I understand now. So, man, before we get out of here, I usually ask everybody what their favorite quote is, or if you have a verse or something that you like that inspires you when you're down.
Things that inspire me when I'm down, man. Really just my kids inspire me when I'm down, man. The Bible, music. You know, it's this. The crazy thing is I get down a lot. Like Jameson inspires me when I'm down. I don't know, man. But a quote, I would say, man, just man, the quote I'm quoting right now is the title of my new album, and it inspires me when I'm down too because it's about you know, people, and the title is "This World Is So Fragile and Cruel. I'm Glad I Got You." So. And pretty much what that means is like, you know, the world we live in is so easily broken, you know, and so easily can be gone. And at the same time, it's cruel, you know what I mean? At the same time, like, it's harsh, you know, we hurt each other, things go wrong, you know, but, you know, somebody does something for me, you know what I'm saying? Like you might, I'm trying to think of something that might have happened recently. I could just, yeah. But you might get a call, like you might get a call from somebody, go, man, I was just thinking about you, and you're thinking, man, I'm glad I got you. You know what I'm saying? Or you might, you know how you at Starbucks and they had that pay it forward thing where you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I've been in line before and that happens. Like, man, I'm glad I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the idea. It's like
People that are there for you and believe in
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, or people you can call on at nighttime when you're hurting and, you know, and nobody you can talk to, you know what I'm saying? Or your mom or, you know what I mean? Just whoever, you know.
Somebody picks you back up. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what that's about. So I would say that, man, like, you know, just let people know, you know, that you're glad that they're there for you.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate that. We appreciate this entire interview.
Yeah, no doubt. The whole entire thing.
I hear that. JP, you got anything else, man?
Appreciate you coming on. We'll link all of his music down below. If you want to follow, subscribe, help this man out. He makes great music. He's everything hip-hop is supposed to be. Great quality, things you talk about.
I hope so, man. People think I'm trash, so I appreciate you saying that.
You worked with Ali and Chuck D, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
That's what's up.
But we're out.
Stay positive.